COCO is an excellent film that walks the fine line between being geared towards children or adults.
Pixar is just one of those magical companies that just can't seem to fail. I mean, even their lackluster films like Cars 2, it's a step above the rest.
COCO is not without flaws. Lee Unkrich, director of Best Picture nominee Toy Story 3, works with co-director Adrian Molina on this film on a script that Molina wrote. While there is a lot of originality in the script, there's a lot of elements here that seem pretty familiar.
Okay, let's get it out of the way now. Comparisons will be made to Corpse Bride, you know, the look of the skeletons, the land of the dead. I mean, you could have had this movie filmed by Tim Burton and it would have fit neatly into his catalog.
So Pixar and Disney Animation Studios, they found their crutch and they continue to run with it. It's called Stupid Animal Sidekicks. Up had Doug, Moana had Hey Hey, Coco's got Dante. Now, while Dante the dog definitely added some much-needed comedic punches of humor here, my favorite part of the movie was when the skeleton of Frida Kahlo was playing that interpretive dance for the land of the dead. Now, that most likely went over the heads of the kids in the audience, but myself, I was busted lung laughing at that one. Hey, so COCO, it does throw in some short bursts of, action and adventure here and there when the story starts to drag a little, and I like that. It keeps me entertained during the slow moments, but the action sequences, even though they were there to keep us entertained, it was nothing new. It was, this stuff you've already seen before.
Now, even with its flaws, COCO is still able to succeed by taking what is familiar and injecting new life into it.
COCO has got to be one of the prettiest films I have ever seen. It's been in production since 2011 and it shows how much detail went into the animation. I mean, the World of the Dead alone has some of the best animation I have ever seen.
One of Pixar's strengths is never talking down to kids in their films. Now, with that being said, COCO is one of Pixar's most adult films since, well, the opening of Up. The themes of deaths and family, it's hard-hitting topics, really, that resonate more with the older members of the audience. Despite some originality flaws, I really like COCO. The entire premise is about getting Miguel back to the land of the living before sunrise, or else he's going to be trapped in the land of the dead. I thought it was pretty interesting how they had Miguel's skin turn translucent, showing that he's turning into a skeleton, a metaphorical ticking clock. Because it's Pixar and Disney, he's going to survive. I mean, you have to just know that. That's how the movies work. That's how they work. But the tension that's built to a thrilling conclusion, even though it did seem predictable, it was cathartic and I really enjoyed it. COCO is an interesting film study on where the line between children's and adult movies lie. Now, Pixar is one of the best studios running and they continue to impress with everything they do. Now, with this movie here, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. It does such a great job the entire movie of keeping you engaged during Miguel's quest to get back to the land of the living.
I'll go ahead here and give COCO 7 out of 10, because it kind of relied too much on the usual comedic giggle bits. The silly jokes that you see in every movie, it kind of just made it so repetitive here. It was mediocre Pixar. But mediocre Pixar is still a heck of a lot above the rest, don't get me wrong. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give COCO here a 6 out of 10. Now, there were some engaging action sequences, as I mentioned, to keep the audience awake, but it wasn't enough action to counter the extremely dramatic story they were trying to tell.
Now, I love Pixar films and I love COCO, but just not as much as the other Pixar films. It wasn't a masterpiece like Up or WALL-E, nor was it a letdown like Cars 2. So I'm going to have to go ahead and give it here a 6 out of 10.
We give COCO here the rating of audience pleaser. There's something in this movie for everyone. Fans of comedy, fans of action, even fans of suspense will keep them entertained as they watch the story unfold. Even though COCO is a little bit more adult than most other films, children will still love its bright colors and slapstick humor elements. So what do you think of our review? Do you like it? Do you have your own? Let us know by commenting below. And as always, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just click that subscribe button. It's really as simple as that. And like the video if you liked it. We appreciate you taking your time to check us out here at Who's Review, and we'll see you guys next time.